In this video, I'll be explaining how to do this multiple matching task. So we have four texts, text A, B, C, and D, okay? Now, what we need to do is read these, okay? And then choose the best one. So the first one says the anxiety some parents have about aspects of modern life. And as we can see right here, in the answer is C, this is the example. Many adults were scared. So we can kind of see a connection between anxiety and being scared of the world they're growing up in because we don't really understand it. So the world we're growing up in is an example of modern life. Okay, good. So that's how to do this exercise. So the way I always approach this exercise is to read these questions first, and then we know what we're looking for. So the first one says an attempt, intento, to limit the time spent playing computer games. So we need to find something in one of these texts that means that. Practical difficulties of getting children to their activities, like getting them there means transporting them to this place, okay? The pressure that many children are under to succeed, ¿no? Les pone mucha presión. A suspicion that the activities which some children go to may not be their own choice, ¿no? So they could be, I don't know, doing swimming or something, but no es porque ellos lo hayan escogido, ¿no? The benefits the children have an access, so the benefits like the good things, the positive aspects. Worrying, preocupación, about letting children be independent, ¿no? Permitir que sean independientes. The value of playing music, ¿no? So it could be a piano, guitar, for pleasure, placer. A one-parent family, so just mum or just dad. The link between practicing new skills and progress, so practice makes perfect. So you need to, if you want to get better, you need to practice. There's no other way. And a negative view of competitive parents, no? Like when parents kind of compete among themselves. No? Que mi hijo puede más que el tuyo. Okay. So now we know that what we're looking for. Let's have a look at text A. So it says, our children like to chill out, relax, in front of the TV or play computer games. So that could be something about computer games, but it doesn't say anything about limiting it yet, no? Just like every other child all over the world, no? Al igual que every other child all over the world. But parents need to give their children the chance to try out as many things as they can afford, no? Que los niños prueben el mayor número de actividades que se pueda, no? As they can afford, like, económicamente hablando. So both our boys play football for a club and their school. So they train a couple of times a week and they play at the weekends. So entrenamientos entre semana y los juegos fin de semana. Charlie also plays basketball and the drums, la batería. William learns the electric guitar. So this could be, maybe, what we were talking about with instruments, playing music, maybe, but we're not sure yet. Laura sings and has kickboxing and trampolining lessons. But we make it clear to them that if they want to improve at something, they need to work hard, okay? So that one's quite obviously practicing and making progress, right? So if you want to improve, is the same as progress, yeah? And you need to do it over and over again, is the same as practice. Now, so what we can see here, guys, is synonyms, and that's really important. So practicing es lo mismo que doing it over and over, and progress is improve. Yeah, so you can see the synonyms, okay? And that's the key for this exercise, okay? There's only Friday when someone is not out, yeah? Solamente los viernes es cuando todos estamos en casa. I've spent eating pizzas. It's spent. El viernes se pasa. No? El viernes se pasa eating pizzas and deciding on the logistics of how we are going to get the children to their different classes over the weekend. No? So maybe it's like, you take my car and then I'll go and then I'll meet you. Tú lo vas a dejar y yo voy. Something like that. So this one is talking about transport, right? So Competitive parents. There was something here about transport. So I can't remember which number. Anxiety, depression, suspicion, benefits, access to a computer. Here we go. The practical difficulties of getting children to their activities. No? Hacer que lleguen. So that one is also A. Okay. Excellent. So that's done then. Now, let's talk about B. And keep in mind these ideas. So when we find the idea we're looking for, we can find it immediately. The best thing you can do, you can give your children is time. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, your time is much more valuable than anything else. Proper time, not a few snatched minutes. Snatched like agarrados, ¿no? Here and there, ¿no? No es como que me quedan 2 minutos entre clase y clase y atiendo rápidamente a mis hijos. No, that's not it's talking about quality time. Yeah. While you rush them off to ballet or violin lessons, but time spent talking and listening to them. So it's not just like a conversation with your children while you're on the way to whatever place. You're really kind of engaging with them. So these children are packed off, ¿no? O sea, les ponen todo, les ponen su violín, una botella de agua y, no sé, una bolsita de papitas, y ve, ándale, córrele a tu clase, ¿no? To all sorts of lessons at an even younger age. They're expected to achieve. So that's kind of talking about the pressure, right? Se espera, ¿no? They're expected, hay una expectativa, y eso les causa presión, ¿no? So I think that one is probably here, okay? More and more, younger and younger, ¿no? Cada vez más logros a más corta edad. And are made to feel a failure, ¿no? You're a failure, yeah? Fallaste, if they don't reach the targets, ¿no? A cada rato les ponemos metas and blah, blah, targets, etc. I encourage my kids to play the piano, but only for fun. So playing the piano, but for fun. So fun is the same as pleasure. No, playing music, playing the piano. Yeah, de placer, okay? De ocio, okay? So that would be B as well. That's just as important. Childhood is the only time in your life when you can play and not have worries that adults have. I've got to pay rent, I've got to do this, and many other things, right? So why are we trying to rush it, no? Porque queremos apresurar su niñez, ¿no? Hacer los adultos desde muy jovencitos. I think the rivalry between parents, ahí está. Hay rivalidad, ¿no? Que mi hijo puede más que tú, ¿no? Que mi hijo toca el piano más bonito que el tuyo. Mi hija corre más rápido que tu hija, ¿no? So that's like the competitive parents. So yeah, the rivalry, they're competing, okay? So let's put that there as B. At school is particularly depressing. As if anyone cares, como a quién le importa, como si a alguien le importara, ¿no? Whose child learns to ride a bike first? El mío ya sabe andar en bici. Or learns to read. El mío ya sabe leer, ¿no? El mío ya sabe nadar, ¿no? So it's kind of like a little bit pathetic. So we've still got a few more to go, and we've still got 2 more texts. So there's here in Britain, we tend to, tendemos a, we tend to complain that children don't play in the garden and go out on the bikes the way we did. De jóvenes, jugábamos afuera, en el jardín, andábamos en bici, en la calle, ¿no? Computer games have taken over. Le han quitado el control, ¿no? Han dominado, okay? From playing outside, ¿no? But although I worry about this, sí me preocupo, I doubt I'd have been riding bikes if we'd had the internet, ¿no? O sea, yo andaba en bici porque no tenía internet. Sin embargo, si yo hubiera tenido internet, quién sabe, igual y yo andaba igual, ¿no? So maybe as adults we're scared of the growing up world because we don't really understand it. Okay. In any case, since I separated from my husband, me divorcié de mi esposo, it's not easy, yeah, to keep them constantly entertained, ¿no? No es siempre fácil tenerlos constantemente entretenidos a mis hijos. I'm happy for them to go on the computer because it gives me a break, ¿no? Por favor, que usen la compu, que me den un break, un descanso, un receso, ¿no? So that's the benefits to children of having a computer. Well, maybe. Eso es benéfico para ella, pero no dice que es benéfico para sus hijos necesariamente. Okay, so I would put this kind of like tentatively. Yeah, tentativamente. Okay. All right. Both my kids love computer games. Okay. Natalie spends a lot of time on Facebook, and actually, it's a good way to keep in touch. Yeah, que se mantenga en contacto con sus amigos en España, and keep up. Yeah, mantener, no perder el nivel de español que domina. Okay. So, does it talk about limiting? Not really. There's nothing about really no choice. This one could be. I'm not sure yet. Letting children being independent. It doesn't really say. And this one here, one parent family. Yeah, that's kind of quite clear. Yeah, there's no real question about that. So, since I separated from my husband, yeah, nada más es ella. Okay. So if my kids had their way, they'd be on the computer the minute they got home. No? Si mis hijos had their way, salieron con la suya. Yeah, they'd be on the computer the minute they got home. Llegan de la escuela y al instante van a estar ocupando la computadora. ¿No? But I try to keep an eye on this, vigilarlo, supervisarlo. ¿No? Because we do have rules about how long. ¿No? Entonces, están limitando el time spent. Okay. Allowed playing computer games. When they're not doing this, the boys play football together, and Julia does cheerleading, ¿no? Porrista, okay, cheerleading, and goes to a youth club, ¿no? Como un club de jóvenes. She wants to go ice skating, como patinar el hielo, and the nearest rink is the place where you can go ice skating, ¿no? La pista, creo que se llama, is a bus ride and a walk away, yeah. O sea, hay que llegar en autobús y hay que caminar también, okay. And I'm worried that she's still a bit young. Yeah, es jovencita y que lo haga ella solita. Yeah, a little bit worrying. So this is kind of letting her be independent. Que vaya solita en el camión, como que me preocupa. Okay, su independencia. I can't afford to send my kids to extra lessons. No hay dinero para clases extracurriculares. In any case, como sea, too many people push their kids into doing something because they themselves used to do it or wanted to. So, no lo están haciendo porque realmente los niños lo quieran. It's like saying, yo de niño jugaba ajedrez y pues forzosamente quiero que mis hijos jueguen ajedrez, ¿no? So it's kind of like forcing them to do it. Too many people push their kids because they used to do it porque lo querían hacer o lo querían hacer. Living your life, vivir tu vida through your own kids has its dangers, peligros. In my view, Julia loves horses, but riding lessons cost a fortune. ¿No? O sea, montar en caballo es muy caro. Clases de montar en caballo es muy caro. So that's out. Eso queda fuera. So in this case, the benefits of having access to a computer. So I think we can now say that is C. I didn't want to put it there immediately because I was kind of saying tentatively. Okay. Well, as always, guys, I hope this video was useful and you can learn some vocabulary from it. Okay.